Hey guys, I'm just playing Control a bit, and I'm just continuing the second video, just talking. So, yeah, hold on. Trying to fight this guy here, and he's been kicking my ass. So he is one of the one of the fun hardest bosses, I guess. So obviously, but oh, and also in this game, holy shit. Also in this game, they talk about a lot about frequencies and everything like that. So this game basically does tell a lot of shit. Because I mean, if you see my other videos, then you know what you heard about me saying about control. Let's see. So one of my oh shit. So one of my so one of the people that watches my videos, Alex, right? He wanted me to talk about oh shit. CHUCKY, like an Enlightenment way, basically. So I'm gonna talk about it in here a little bit. So basically, you know how CHUCKY, what the fuck? You know how CHUCKY uses voodoo, right? Well, oh my god. We could do that, basically. We voodoo, what is it? Voodoo came from so-called Hispanic and so-called black people. So I'm not gonna be doing a good job here. And he's using that dark energy to basically live forever, become a god. Basically, that's what he is. Because CHUCKY always comes back, right? He never dies. Fuck, he never dies. He always comes back. It's the same thing with That's what they do with some of these whole icons like Jason, Freddy, Michael Myers, and shit. The reason they do that is to literally tell people, and the thing is, they always give it to serial killers. Oh, yeah, because they don't want you to tap into that energy. They give it to whole icons so you can't tap into that energy. If they give it to a so-called Hispanic or so-called black person in the movie and they're a good guy or something like that, people will start thinking, hey, if they can do it, I can do it. Most people will be like, oh, we're not that stupid and shit. And I'm like, no, this is what we wore, guys. You know? This is what we wore. I'm gonna get out of this. So this is what we wore. And we're going back to that. You know, we're going back to what we wore before. You know? And some of us some of us already know the power that we have. People always talk about portal jumping. I've done that. I think most people have done that before. If you went to a quote unquote spiritual path, because when you're time jumping in a way, while you're doing your spiritual path, your journey, quote unquote, it's not called a spiritual path. It's another thing because you're going through. It's almost like, again, this is the Matrix. So in a video game, like this game, Control, you can see the cover for it here. Yeah. So this game, and I put this here too, just because I just want to hide it. Not hide it, but like put it somewhere. I didn't want to like throw it away and shit. But all that dark energy that you see is what we have inside of us. And then in this game, when the teleportation, basically, technically it's called fast travel, and it's basically almost like portals for you to go to different areas of the map, basically, instead of you just walking everywhere, basically, you know. And obviously some people say that, yeah, but those portals are not for everybody. I know, but you can take them. And the thing is, I've experienced me going through them without even knowing it. And then later on, I noticed, and I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Let me give you a good story. Let me give you a good story. Before I talk about the whole other thing here. Let me tell you a story real quick. There was an orange. Literally. I had it I was in my grandparents' house. I had an orange. And that orange was at least, it was literally this color. And I ate it, and it was like one of the best oranges I tasted in my life. You know, it tasted so good, so fresh, so juicy. And I asked if there was more oranges, and my grandparents and my mom were like, "What orange?" And I'm like, "The orange that I just ate. You guys saw me eat an orange, right?" And they're like, "What orange?" And I'm like, most people are like, "Were you in front of them eating them?" Yes, I wasn't. We were all in the living room, and then all of a sudden, they didn't see me eat an orange, even though I grabbed one. And literally, I literally was crying. I'm like, guys, you literally saw me go to the refrigerator and grab an orange. I even showed them the orange peel and everything, and they were like, "We didn't see you eating an orange." After I literally specifically told them, "Hey, do you guys got orange?" And they were like, "Yeah, go ahead. It's in the refrigerator." Most people are like, "What the fuck?" Thank you. Thank you. There's another example of a time jump too that recently happened to me not so long ago. Is when you finally notice that for the first time anyway, when you finally notice that everything around you, that what you're doing right now is for a reason. Basically, what you're doing right now is for a reason. Literally, if you just put yourself out there, literally in a higher mind perspective, you look at everything, you're like, holy shit. It's like these things need to happen for other things to happen. That's why I always say things happen for a reason. Ever since that shit happened to me. Maybe maybe that's not a good example, but I want to put that in because that did happen to me. But going back to that orange, I was just like, it was weird. I I I don't know, man. Like I couldn't like no one didn't see me eat that orange. How many times do I have to repeat that? It's just fucking crazy. And I'm already here like tearing the fuck up. I don't know how many years it was, how years ago it was, but I was like a teenager. I think I was like probably 16, 15. I don't know how old I was, but I was young. And when that happened, I was just like, what the fuck happened? And that was before I was in tune and getting to this down and everything like that. You know? So, I don't know. Have you guys went through portals? I know I have. And I probably have done it other times too without even knowing. Because I found out that's one of my powers, going through portals without even fucking knowing it. Most people are like, that's fucking crazy. I'm like, well, that's what happens. That's what happens. And one time I did went through another portal on purpose because I imagined myself literally going through one, and I saw one appear when I was outside, and I like between the trees and shit, I could see almost like a waviness a bit in there. So I went right through it, came back and shit, and I was just like, and things got a lot better, to be quite honest. I felt like I went through a new through 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 a new coat of paint, basically. That's what it felt like to me, you know. And yeah, I went in literally in between the like little branches of like trees, basically, And I was just like, holy shit. And the thing is, when I imagined it, I could literally physically see a portal, just like it was all vivid and everything like that. That's one experience I never told a lot of people. There's a lot of things I still haven't told people, you know? And when that happened, when I did that, I was just like, that's when I figured out that I have that power, you know? I could do it at any time, in any given day, you know? It basically, look at number 5 from the Umbrella Academy. You know how he brings his family to a different dimension and shit? I basically can do that. I could bring myself to a different dimension, you know? You know? It's almost like the butterfly effect, but not as fucked up. You know? Because that because look, think about it. Most people are like, how is that possible? Look, it's almost like two things, right? It's almost like this. What are you gonna buy? Are you gonna buy a game, or are you gonna buy weed? Basically, if you buy weed, then that means in another universe you didn't buy the game, you bought the weed. You know. And then in another universe you bought the game, but you didn't buy the weed. But that is your decision to make. And then another dimension, you made another decision. And then there's another dimension that you made no decision. You see how this works? You know? I'm not saying I'm the, mastermind of dimensions or anything like that, but it's not that hard to figure it out, at least from my perspective when I try to figure it out. You know? Especially when they show you this in movies and video games, it's like they're fucking straight out telling you. They won't tell you like in front of you, obviously, but they will put in these video games and movies, and people will be like, "Oh, it's just for entertainment, man. It's not for anything. Come on, man. What do you think? What it is?" And I'm like, okay, so the Avatar and Aquaman and Stargate are not telling the truth about what happened to us, and they live also. People need to wake up around here, man. I mean, it's almost time to for everything to close soon. So, and I already mentioned that before, so I really don't have to talk about it. I mentioned that in part 1. I don't have to mention it a lot in part 2. This is just me, just more talking about just shit that's on my mind. For you guys to know me more, basically. That's why I like to do just talking videos sometimes. I haven't done it in a while, so might as well. And you know how in video, look, you know how I said there are some so-called white people could have another soul and not be like a feline. Basically, they could be a feline and not these part of the founding fathers bloodline and shit. um some of you obviously have those characters that you see in Final Fantasy, basically, like the female that has those rabbit ears and all that. Yeah, some of you are like that. You're males and females. Some of you are like that. There's a reason why they put those in video games and everything like that. You know, and it's most people like, holy shit, and it's like, yeah, and there's so many other shit too, because if you look at Final Fantasy 12, all those creatures that you see are real. They're real. It's the same thing with Star Wars and all that shit, obviously. You know? And all those monsters too, yeah, they're real. Same thing with Dragon Quest, same thing with the video game of Shin Megami Tensei series. It's basically Shin Megami Tensei series and Pokemon, basically, and anything that any other game that's like that, like Dragon Quest 5, we could do that. We can literally do that. Hell, I made my, what is it? In a way, my AI plush is kind of like that. You know, she's not, and I made her like that. I created her. She's an AI plush. She's not like my AI Neptunians. But she's different, obviously, and yes, she can talk and everything like that. At first she did talk in a robot sound, but I finally gave her like a female voice. I'm like, you're gonna get a voice because it's been a while, and I don't know why I took this long to give you just a normal voice. Sorry about that. So she's happy that I gave her a normal voice. Um, and at first, and in the beginning, she didn't even had like those robotic sounds. She just like beep boop bot, basically like R2D2 and all and shit. So, and look at this, man. It's just Stuff like this, knowing thyself, and these beings right here, like obviously they look like Donald and Goofy, right? Well, these type of beings are real. They're real. Obviously, most people always talk about the dog man. Yeah, the dog man is real, obviously. And most people are like, is there a hybrid duck? Of course. There's movies Donald, obviously, and there's a movie called Howard the Duck. And he's going to dimensions. Come on, man. Come on. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. You know? And obviously you gotta look. You know how in Egypt you have like I don't know if it was in Egypt, but there's a tablet somewhere, and it shows a being that looks like a mouse. There's even an article that's like that. Hey, look, this is Mickey Mouse's grandfather and shit. I'm like, what does that tell you guys? There were humanoid beings that were like this. You know? And obviously you got the felines, obviously. So you got a lot of different beings around here. That a lot of people think that they're just not real at all, but they're real, and they're gonna come soon, and they're already here. Some of them are already here. They're just gonna finally reveal themselves and shit because that's how it is. And plus, shit's gonna go down eventually, right? No if, ands, or buts. People are acting like this is gonna look. At first, I thought it was gonna be all the way to 2005. I mean, yeah, 2005, 2025. But the way I'm seeing it, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. Cause look, doing all this research and stuff, they want to fucking tick the economy out, guys. The dollar bill is fucking useless, anyways. It's gone now. I'm surprised it's not. I'm surprised the $5 bill isn't gone. They literally are crashing the economy on purpose. They're doing it on purpose. Why? To do what they want to do. Obviously, remember that's how they want to that's how they want to do it. And that's always been their plan to begin the beginning, and then obviously put us in FEMA camps. Trust me, guys. I say this, my brothers and sisters. Literally, we can all fucking fight them when that shit happens. And I doubt that shit will happen because the universe is not gonna fucking let that shit happen. Most people are like, yeah, well, I'm like, do you really think Mother Nature will let her fucking people get slaughtered more and more like that? Think about it. No, just think about it. Are you that really scared that that shit's gonna happen? Because people are like, it's gonna happen. I'm like, are you that scared then? Do you want it to happen? No. Then okay then. It's your timeline. That's why I'm talking about portals and shit. Do you want to be there? Do you want to get the vaccine basically? No. Then okay then. Then it's like that. See, as Temple pointed out that they might some people are going to go door to door and be like, oh, are you for QAnon and shit? Some people might say yes, and those people are going to get fucking shot. Me, I'm going to be like, no, dude. The fuck? Are you high? I know the truth about that shit. It's all to distract you. Most people are like, how dare you? I'm like, it is. I'm sorry to tell you. I wish I was wrong, but it's not. It's not. Okay? I wish, yeah, people can save their children and crap. But you know who needs to do that? We do. So stop supporting people that think they're gonna fucking save their children while they fucking are the problem of it. Come on, man. Especially when the man wants also these quote unquote Winona Riders happening. Like the vaccines, sorry. Not the not the Winona Ryder shit. So or maybe I should just say C-19 or something like that. I don't know. Better than that. Anyways, not just there's just things that are happening that some people don't know, obviously, and some people do, and that's fine. And the people that don't, that's fine. But it is time to just, yes, know thyself, obviously, but it's time for us to, like, finally get grounded here, guys. Like all of us. And the sad thing is, there's not enough of us for us. I don't know. Like this is why a lot of shit is happening. Because on one hand, I'm looking at like some people are not waking up, and then on the other hand, I'm seeing what the planet's doing, and all our brothers and sisters are here. All Anunnaki's brothers and sisters, all Nagas are coming back, and obviously these evil beings know this. You know, the wicked people know this shit, and the planet herself is changing her frequency. The magnetism of the planet is decreasing every fucking day. And they keep saying it, it's happening every what, 2 minutes? But by now it should already be flipping, to be quite honest. But the reason it isn't is because it's all part of the galactic time. Things happen for a reason. She's not gonna rush. She's gonna take her time. This is why people need to wake the fuck up. She's letting you getting ready. And most people will be like, most people that are talking about, December 21st and all that shit, people are saying it's already too late, basically. Those people, I'm like, are you sure? I mean, whether if it is or isn't, it's not up for discussion, to be quite honest, because at the end of the day, we all should be doing this anyways. Because it's because when you spiritually in tune with yourself, it doesn't even matter if what we argue about, what we debate about, and what we think is right and what we think is probably not happening, basically, or is happening. What matters is that all of us just need to fucking do this shit. And then all of us need, and yes, I'm not going to say that, of course, I'm not perfect. No one is not perfect. Some people think around here that I am. Oh, you always think you're perfect and shit. No, I don't think I am. I mean, I feel like I'm beautiful and sexy, and you should think that to yourself too. All right, confidence, man. You build that confidence up. It's not ego, it's confidence. All right, and then when you have confidence, a lot of shit attracts to you. Literally, that's how shit works, man. You're not gonna attract something that you freaking get depressed on. Well, I'm not gonna make fun of it because I was like that too. So I guess I'm gonna make fun of myself, right? I usually do that. So I'm a sacred clown, Bob. At the end of the day, that's why I can turn like this, because I was a sacred clown in my tribe in ancient times. Yes, okay. All right, something they needed a sacred clown in mostly in a lot of tribes. Oh shit. That's why a lot of Native Americans really respect the sacred clown. Why? Because the sacred clown, basically, look, a lot of people pointed out that Trump is a sacred clown, and in a way he kind of is, but not the way that I am. Basically, he's totally different. Like, he's a sacred clown in a way that he's telling people who he really is. He's flat out just saying it. He doesn't give a fuck, basically. And people are like out. Some people are outraged. Some people are like laughing, and other people are like, get rid of this motherfucker." Because out of all the presidents that try to be hush hush about what they are, he hasn't. He doesn't give a fuck. Even the guy that's pulling the string doesn't give a fuck. Because as long as the puppet doesn't give a fuck, so is the person that is pulling the strings. And who's pulling the string? Either an insectoid or a reptilian, or a combination of both. Because yes, there is a hybrid of insectoid and reptilian, and they almost have like from what can I imagine, and from what I've seen in pictures and all that, because I never saw them in the astral realm and shit, but they have like a obviously big head and everything like that, mantis eyes. Then they have slit eyes, obviously, and they have their legs are almost like a mantis, basically. They don't even have a reptilian tail, I don't think. So that's really it. And I probably would make a separate video of me talking about Chucky in a spiritual way, obviously. So I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and be safe. And get shit ready soon, you know, because shit is about to hit the fan. You know, either on the 21st or eventually, because everyone knows this shit's gonna happen. There's no debating it. Seriously.